Hi Sam, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. It's been a wild ride lately, but
Oh yeah, what's going on?
oh well, too many things really to talk about in my personal life. I've got some land out in Charleston area,
Mm.
and it's been a pretty full load. There's some land in between me and the South Slough that was going to get clear cut back in August, and I contacted the guy that was going to cut all the trees down, and told him that I wanted to buy the land, and although it had no value to me if it was a clear cut, so he stopped the operation. He pulled all of his equipment out after we had a meeting, and we've been in kind of negotiations since then, and we're getting ready to close on the deal. And I'm doing kind of an eco development down there, intentional community, and breaking it up into a few lots for people to buy without cutting all the trees down. Now that's what he was planning to do, but he was going to clear cut the whole thing first and bulldoze it all up. And but it's all really like there's some flat that's already clear cut, but the rest of it's pretty steep terrain and very steep draws. It goes from slough, sea level, right up to 250 feet,
Oh
but
really? Yeah.
even up to 300 feet. So yeah, just like straight up and down stuff. And I've hiked it. I've been hiking it like for months, you know what I mean, and getting to know it. Um, and it's just a priceless piece of ecological function right outside of Charleston on the South Slough. Very visible from the bridge if you were to come over the bridge from Charleston.
Uh-huh.
So so it's
Any
been a lot of
views?
oh
Views?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
tons of views. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, that sounds like quite a project.
Yeah, it's I feel like Um, I've put a lot of work in already, but I tell you, once we acquire it, that's when the real work
Oh
begins.
sure.
You know? But I'll be happy to have some folks buy into it, so it won't just be me, so to speak.
Looks like are you on your boat?
I'm on the boat right
Yeah.
now. Yeah,
Looks
yeah.
like it.
It's a stormy kind of weather moving in right now, and I
I
haven't
used to
been.
have a sailboat.
You did?
Yeah. Hylas 47. It was
Oh,
yeah, sailed it for 5 or 6 years, my wife and I. It was a handful for me though. It's a sort of a performance sailing yacht, and
hmm.
I single-handed it, and it was a challenge. The jib was bigger than my current house.
Right. Yeah. No kidding. Yeah. This is my boat. I've restored it, or at least I was restoring it, until I got a fishing boat, and then that took precedence. But it's a 50-foot catch rig sailboat, and I've lived on this boat for the last 10 years in downtown Coos Bay. Um,
Cool.
until until more recently, about the last year, I've been moving onto the land again. Just kind of tired of being downtown Coos Bay, and also realizing if I want to sail this boat, it's hard to do the work inside of it, um, that I need to do to make it actually ocean worthy again. There's some fuel tanks underneath the sole. There's one that was filled with salt water for ballast, and it needs to be carved out. And I need to replace all the fuel lines and the the
Boy, that's a
potable
big
water
job.
potable water system and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, so I'm finally like I got a house up there in Charleston now too. It doesn't have power or water to it. It's a pretty bad shit house, but I'm fixing that up. Um and then I'll be able to get the rest of my personal stuff off the sailboat here, and probably just gonna Airbnb the boat, or like rent it out, vacation rental it a little bit to get some income, and then create a little fund, um, to put that money back into the boat. You know what I mean? Try to get it to pay for itself in one way or the other. Folks love to stay on it. I let my friends stay on it from time to time, and it's like a floating apartment down here on the water.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. I can show you around a little bit if you want to
Yeah.
check it out. There's the galley up top here. Nice windows that wrap all the way around.
Yeah.
Lots of light.
Kind of a pilot house kind of design there. Looks like.
Yeah, you know, and right here actually, it was always my plan to put a wheel right here and a little swivel bench
Right.
right here, you know, and so you could in foul weather like hang out and not have to be out in the shitty weather because it's got a center cockpit,
Right.
and then the mizzen mast is right there, and then there's the aft cabin. It's kind of raining out right now. I don't want to take the computer out, but there's the helm
Yep.
side. So yeah, if I were to, you know, take this a long distance, I definitely want to put a helm right here inside. And for a 50-foot catch rig, there's actually not a whole lot of room in the boat. Like smaller boats, like 40, like a Spencer 44 on the other dock, it has a lot more cabin space than this one does. It's got to pass through the two cabins. You know what I mean? But yeah. Moving forward, there's a shower and stuff in it, and then I put this butterfly hatch in with purple heartwood, all cased in. The guy, when I got it, he cut through one of these ribs, and he just had little dowels like holding them up, and a giant hole in the deck. So I spent a lot of time getting this all pieced together real good, and pretty solid unit there. Anyway, yeah, Shannon requested that I actually reschedule this meeting, and I.
What's the agenda? I don't even know if I should attend it. What's the agenda?
I kind of failed. I failed the rescheduling of this one. She's in another meeting right now.
Oh, I see.
Couldn't make it, like a Oregon Energy meeting, and so anyway, we don't really have an agenda, but I figured I'd pop on here anyway just to see if anybody showed up. And
Here comes somebody, Whitney.
Yeah, hi Whitney.
Hi, good morning. I wasn't sure if this was the right spot or not. Good morning. This is Whitney Hauer from the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I failed to reschedule this meeting and get notice out to folks. Shannon's in another meeting this morning and requested that I do that last week. I've had my plate a little bit full.
Sure.
And this is just one thing that slipped through the cracks.
Okay.
So we're here. We're not here.
Yeah, we've all been there. We've all been there. Well, it's nice to see you and Michael this morning. So yeah, I think it was a little, yeah. Well, I look forward to next time then.
Yeah, well, there is what's basically on our agenda with Ocean right now is Shannon works closely with Poet, and we have South Coast Development Council here in Coos Bay, Sean Gibbs, and we met last week, and we're working out the logistics for the industry fly-in. If y'all have heard about that yet, Poet. And Shannon, and then through Ocean, we're supporting on the ground out here to get folks to come out to Coos Bay in May. I think it's like May 9th they come in through the 12th, and these folks from the industry, they're going to be getting their spot. We have a motor coach reserved, and we're going to take them to all the locations around and introduce them to our area and try to line them up with both folks that would be impacted by offshore wind industry, and also this is Nora calling on our board real quick. I'm going to answer. Just excuse me one. Thanks for holding on there. Anyway, it's a little bit controversial. Like, some folks are not understanding why this fly-in, that Ocean's behind it. Jamie Faraday on our board wrote a message to Shannon, just not understanding. what the importance of bringing these people in is, and from my standpoint, it's important for these folks to get to know our area and to know our very like important and sacred areas like the South Slough estuary, and meeting those folks and having those face-to-face conversations with the fishing industry and other folks. So we're trying to line all those things up. And then there's also simultaneously at the Mill Casino that week is the Oregon Department of Energy's reach out session at the Mill Casino, and I think that's on the 12th of May. So it's going to be a full-on session of a lot of folks getting to know each other a little bit more intimately and in person. So that's my download.
All right. Well, thank you. Well, I think if it's, yeah, I appreciate that update. I think if it's appropriate, I can hop off and
Okay.
look forward to hearing from the next time. I guess I could just ask, and previously the meeting sort of popped up on my calendar from an invite from Shannon, and I wasn't sure. I'm with the Bureau of Ocean Energy Management. We're a federal agency and not members of Ocean, and sort of sat in. And if that has shifted, I understand, and didn't, anyway, they didn't mean to hop on to a meeting. I had looked on your calendar for
you're
this
good.
meeting today. So yeah, however, just let me know if I'm crossing over. I don't mean to.
Okay,
So,
you're good, Whitney. Thank you so much.
okay.
Good to see you.
All right. Well, thanks. Have a good day.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, well, let's, I think I'll get going too.
Okay.
One thing I did want to mention to you, this project, this land project that you're doing, I just happened to spot this thing on, which station was it? Coin TV this morning, about Earth ships in
Okay.
New Mexico. Now, that may not sound like much to you, but the whole concept was people, buying plots of land and basically really winnowing down their carbon footprint in doing that. And it's kind of interesting. There's apparently just a lot of interest from people doing that, and they're really getting a lot of offers. This group that's doing that in New Mexico, you might try and catch it. It was on this morning's what's Coin? That's CBS, right? Isn't that who that is? I think it is.
I don't have TV anymore. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I know. I don't normally watch it either, but it was an interesting segment. It was only 5 or 6 minutes long.
Okay.
But how they were developing that real estate was might have some bearing on what you're doing.
Yeah, no, that sounds very related, and I think it's something that as people are seeking community and not just living in some neighborhood in a town, run by city council or whatever, all those normal things. People are looking for a little bit more connection and a little bit more resilience, where they have room to garden and produce their own energy. Use systems that are a little bit more in tune with the natural environment.
I'll try and find a link to it this afternoon and send it to you. I'm a little tied up this morning, but I'll try and do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good, Michael. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to sign off. Let me know if I just happened to look at the calendar this morning and saw this. So but if you need me to participate in anything, I'm happy to do it if I'm available.
Well, we did talk about moving these workshops to a time later in the evening where more normal folks could attend. What do you think about that? Do you have time in the evenings?
Yeah, I'm retired, so I do have time. The question is, my mental acuity goes down after about 7 o'clock.
Well, no, yeah, we would probably shoot for something 5:30 or 6.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just kidding. That's I can do anything. But
okay.
All right, I'm going to sign off.
Okay.
Take care, Sam. Good to see you. Take
you
care.
too.
Bye-bye.